Hey guys, this is Jamie at Graceful Pythons, and I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. As you guys all know, I love Shane Kelly. I'm in his Patreon. Small Town Exotics Patreon is the best Patreon out there. Prove me wrong, just saying. But he did put a video out on Sunday where he was saying why new breeders waste money. And this is my little challenge to him. I agreed with a lot of his stuff, especially if he is talking to people who have been in the industry for a little bit and are starting to scale up their business, kind of like where I'm at right now. But we don't all start there. I started our reptile adventure by looking for a senior project for our two older boys. I homeschool my older boys, and I wanted them to do a cool science project and teach them genetics. So we decided to get into ball pythons, have a couple clutches, and see where it goes. So we bought our first snakes in 2023. It is now 2026 and they are graduating. And we did that. We had our first few clutches and it was really awesome. And they got to learn the pennant squares and all the things. And then I realized that I really like this. And once they're done and I'm done teaching them, do I want to go back into the workforce? What am I going to do with all my time? Well, I decided that I was going to stay home and see if I could breed these ball pythons. And that's what we did. So now it's 2026. I have 120-ish ball pythons, and I don't regret any purchase. That first male that I bought, he was a banana yellow belly hepide. And then I've bought snakes from people, and then the snakes that I've bought ended up being the wrong sex. And that's so frustrating. So I could count that as a mistake, but I actually don't count it as a mistake because all those snakes were beautiful. I was still able to sell them at local shows. They're able to go and can handle them, and they were all a learning experience. This snake right here, this is Chloe. She was one of the first few snakes we bought in that year. I think she's our third snake we bought that year. This little lady, I bought her on Morph Market because she said she was a spicy noodle and that she was surrendered to the breeder that was selling her, and she said she was really spicy. And she was, dude. Every time I walked past her quarantine tub, she would strike at me. She was insane. But we pillowcase trained her. Someone on YouTube, thank you so much for reaching out and saying, why don't you try putting her in a pillowcase? So we pillowcase trained her, and now she's a cuddle bear. She's given us 2 clutches, and she'll always be in our collection because this is my husband's favorite snake. So she's just a beautiful, I had her tested too because she's so pretty with RGI, but they came back as her being just a pied, and she's just a very, very stunning pied. And so she's going to be in our collection all the time because she's got sentimental value. So I just want you all to know that if you feel the pressure because you're doing what you're supposed to, you're searching the internet, you're doing your research, and you're hearing these breeders saying, hey, pick your project, don't waste your money, don't waste your time, don't wait this. They have kind of forgotten a little bit about what it was like to be in the hobby as a hobby. Once you're business minded, and you need to focus on the bottom line, and that's a smart way to run your business. Absolutely. But not everybody's there. There's so many hobbies out there that you just spend money on, and no one counts it as waste because it's fun. My husband has his Jeep and we go Jeep riding all the time. And then sometimes I don't let him go on the crazy trails. But there's other guys that go on these crazy trails and they put all that time and energy into their Jeep only to break it on the trail. And they don't count that as a waste. It was a learning experience. It was fun, and it's something they like to do with their time. There's a ton of people who build Lego cities in their basement or wherever. And those Legos aren't cheap. And no one's telling them they're wasting their time or energy. They are also like the model train car guys. And then there's a bunch of people who go on I was just talking to someone else, and there's a barbecue circuit. I didn't know that. I'm going to need to find out where these barbecue circuits are so I can go and eat some good food. But apparently there's people that travel all over the place, cook the same food every weekend, and get it judged at these barbecue competitions. We are very creative people because I believe that we were made by a very creative creator, and that is just we're part of him, and that's how we express ourselves. So hobbies are a way for us to express ourselves. And all hobbies are going to cost money. As long as you're enjoying it and having fun, you're not wasting money. Not everybody is going to have 100 snakes in their basement. I'm one of those weirdos, but not everybody is going to be that person. And if all you want to do is have 5 clutches a year, and you have figured out that you could do like a $10 ad on Facebook, or you have a bunch of friends, or you just want to go to one local show a year, you don't have to be a business. Look into your state laws. There's some laws where you don't, some states will have a certain amount of money where you have to make before you have to actually be a business in order to where you're a hobby. You don't have to be a business. You can. That's the best part about this hobby is you can. And there's a ton of people out there who have done it and you can learn from if you're ready to take that step. But you don't have to take that step. Don't feel pressured to take that step. You can still participate in this beautiful community as a hobbyist, as a pet owner, as an enthusiast. We all don't have to be businesses. Really important thing is to make sure that you enjoy your animals. If you love a banana and bells, you just want to make bananas and bells, people will buy them. They will sell. They're beautiful. They're always going to be popular because they're beautiful. So just enjoy your animals. Don't feel like you need to buy something. And please don't buy something just because it's a fad and you're not passionate about it. You will learn, you will grow, and those animals that you love, those bananas, those bells, those pies, those clowns, whatever it is for you, will be in the core of your breeding forever because that's where you started. And so you'll get to use their babies and you'll get to watch them grow as your knowledge grows and your hobby grows, or you grow into a business. But you get to start with your passion, with your love, with your drive, with your creativity. So if you're doing that and you're using those animals, or you can take care of those animals and bring joy to someone else when they're rehomed or when to a new pet home, that is beautiful. And that's not a waste of money. That is learning. You learned how to sell. You learned how to breed. You learned about genetics. You learned what you like and what you don't like, and you spent your time wisely. If anyone has a hobby that does not involve a couch and a screen, I say you're winning. Now, it is important to respect both sides because we're all in different spots and we all are going to run at different speeds. If someone is just doing this because they don't need to make money and they have 5 clutches a year and these snakes that they breed are always their babies and they just want to spread the love, that's fantastic. You're able to do that. If you want to have a facility and have a whole overhead and all this stuff, you get to do that too. And if you want to be anywhere in between, it's a spectrum. Like everything else, it's a spectrum, and we get to choose how much we engage or how much we don't. The thing that's going to make the difference in everyone's life is if we engage with truth and positivity. Do not cut anyone else down. The big breeders are doing their best. They're doing what they can. They're doing fantastic. They're making a ton of money, and they're taking very good care of their animals because the ones that don't make it to that level. So they've done well. You can learn from them. I've heard Canova's Patreon is fantastic. I'm not in it. I only have one Patreon right now. And that's my choice on where I decide to save my money. And that's Small Town Exotics. But I've heard great things about Canova's. I've heard great things about Bob Boo's. I've heard great things about Leviathans. There's a ton of people who have scaled up and made this a business that if that's what you want to do, you can find the information. That's fantastic. And then there's people like me who are trying to create a community that's not necessarily based on business building, but community building. So I have an Instagram group. That if you want to be invited to, just drop me a message on Instagram. It's called the Herper's Haven. And really it is just a group of people that will say, hey, I'm going to this show. Do you want to hang out? And they promise to be family-friendly events where they can hang out after the show to make real connections and get to know people and network and just really build a community of like-minded individuals. So it will be family-friendly, alcohol-free, drug-free events. That's the promise in that group. And other than that, it's just people talking about reptile shows and hanging out. So if you want to be a part of that community, go ahead and hit me up. That's free. It's just right now it's just an Instagram page, private group chat. So just let me know. But yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody understands that not everyone's going to be able to grow large. Not everybody wants to grow large. Do not be ashamed if you're going to stay small. If you're a collector, if you're a breeder and you want to engage in the community, you are relevant. You are important. You have a voice and we want you here in this community. We want a place where you can ask questions and get your answer and not feel like you should have known that already. So That's the biggest thing, guys. Remember, this community is way more than breeders, and that's exactly how we want it to be. We want to have a community of breeders, keepers, enthusiasts, business owners, hobbyists, moms, grandpas, kids, all the things. That's how we're going to stay healthy, and that's how we're going to grow. So let me know what you think. Our next show that we're going to be vending, actually, it's not. We're going to be vending the Knoxville Show Me Show in June this year. And I'll be there sometimes, but my kids are going to be vending because that is the same weekend as Small Town Exotics Patreon get together, Reptiles on the River. So if you guys wanted to do that, we go rafting down the river on a Saturday, and that's super fun. And we just hang out and have food, and it's just a great time. So June, we'll be at the Show Me Show. My kids will be there. Go tell them I said, hey, make sure they're selling snakes. And we'll be at the show too, just not the entire time. So until next time, go have an adventure. Let your hobbies be your hobbies. Go touch some grass and walk in the woods. And please just remember how much you're loved.